Hey, and welcome to another session from Sage Lyrics, the #1 authority on Texas Hold'em microstakes. Today I'm going to be playing some sit and go tournaments between $1.50 and $5 buy-ins. And also I'm playing a little $2,000 guaranteed $3.30 tournament over here. As you can see, there's about 99 entrants and unlimited re-entry. It seems I'm playing on America's Card Room, by the way, and it seems that most of their tournaments are unlimited re-entry, unless you specifically get one of the tournaments that say freeze out on them. So I don't know if there's any right here apparent to anyone, but yeah. The freeze-out tournaments I prefer because they're a lot shorter. The rebuys allow people to enter the tournament through late registration. It seems how they do their tournaments, most of them. Which, I wish I was playing on Poker Stars. But I live in America, so we have poker laws in America. It's not actually poker laws, but laws against that make it hard for poker sites to accept American funds and transactions. So I'm limited to my play to a few different sites. There's this site. There's this is Winning Poker Network, by the way. That's the network that America's Card Room is on. There's also Ignition Poker. That's used to be Bovada. There's not many of them that Americans can play on. This is one of them. It's okay. It's not very good. Like I said, I wish I could play on Poker Stars. But we're going to work with what we have, aren't we? Okay, so up here on this $1.50 Turbo 9 Max, I catch Ace 9 under the gun +1. That's just going to be a fold. I don't want to get too cute here. Stacks are getting a little bit short. Everyone has between 10 and 30 big blinds here. I'm second in chips. I'm running Poker Tracker, so you can see the HUD on my screen. That'll give me some stats on the players. It's nice that the HUD works on America's Card Room, although I don't run into the same players too often, so you kind of gotta, if you notice when I hover these statistic boxes, the number in red is the amount of hands that you've played with that person. Actually, I think value 21, value 12, value 13. I don't know, I think that's the amount of hands. So you want to pay attention to that, because the statistics are going to be more accurate the more hands that you collect on a player. Really, what I use this the most for is for the VP and the PR, which is the voluntarily put money in the pot and how much they pre-flop raise. It's also got 3-bet percentage, continuation bet percentage, and down here it's going to show you how many big blinds their stack is, which is really, really helpful on the math. You don't have to do so much calculating going, oh, this person has 3,838 chips, the blinds are 2040, so they have how many big blinds? You just hover 98 big blinds, boom. So you can use that to make all your ICM calculations. Makes it a lot easier than having to do it in your head, especially when you're playing multiple tables like this. A lot of times you don't got time to sit and calculate how many big blinds you have. So if I hover my name here, it'll show me how many big blinds I have, which is very important to how I'm going to be playing the tournament and playing hands. And yeah, so Poker Tracker is great. It does cost money, but there's a free trial that you can get. You're also probably going to hear me smoking on my vaporizer throughout the tournament, because I like to sit here and just puff away, puff away, like Bob Ross, just a happy little puff here and there, a little cloud here, a little cloud there. So yeah, that's about it for the setup here. So let's get into some hands. This is a 100 or $1.50 Turbo 9 Max. I'm just gonna limp with threes under the gun. You could fold here too. Folding is probably a better play because you're not gonna call too big of a raise. Anyways, what we're doing really is just kind of set mining. This person's raising from late position. I'm probably gonna call that raise and kind of set mine this person. People play really loose at the beginning stages of these tournaments. And if I hit a set, I would expect to at least get some value out of it. And now with this caller, it makes it a much better call for 79 chips. We're not going to continue too far with this hand at all. We're hoping that they check it down and just don't have anything. So check. Pick up kings over here, raise from early position. I'm going to 3x his raise, so we're going to make it probably 280 about. It's pretty good. No reason to just call. We don't want additional callers. We want to isolate this guy, and we want to get chips in pre-flop. Plus, we're a deep stack. This tournament started out, I think, with 3,000 chips. He goes all in, and we're going to call. He has ace-king. So hopefully we can hold here. No queen, no ace. And we're good. Very good. Very good. So that was just unlucky for him. I probably would get it in all in pre-flop in a low buy-in tournament like this too, with ace king suited. That's a really strong hand. I guess I loaded up another tournament here, so I've actually got 5 going on right now, and I think I'm registered. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this one is a satellite tournament that I actually got into by using something on America Card Room site, which is actually pretty cool that I've never seen before. So say I wanted to buy into a tournament. Let's play this hand real quick. We get a limper from late position and then a raiser. I'm just going to fold the jack king. Say I wanted to buy into a tournament, but I didn't really have the money to do it. Like maybe I want to buy in this $8,000 guaranteed 8 max. If you open up this tournament table, you see down here at the bottom, you can spend 1 cent, 25 cents, or $1 to try to gain entry into the tournament. And what that's going to do is it's going to spin this slot machine, and based on your bet size, you're going to have a percentage of chance to hit 3 of a kind, and if you hit 3 of a kind, you get the entry into the tournament, which in this tournament will be 20 plus 2. So it's a very small chance if you use 1 cent, because it basically takes that 1 cent. I think the way that it works is that say you were trying to enter win entry into a $1 tournament. If you use the 1 cent button, I think you have like not quite 1% chance to get it, maybe like 0.8% chance. So you would expect to have to hit it about 100 times or more to get into a $1 tournament. So if you're trying to get into something like this $20 tournament, of course you're going to have to hit it like 2,000 or more times on average. But sometimes you might just get lucky, and just the RNG is there for you, and you get entry into the tournament, which is pretty cool. If you don't have much money, or if you just want to take a shot at gambling your way into the tournament. It will cost you more over the long run to do, so I don't recommend doing it as a way to like try to make profit or anything like that, or save entry fees, because it'll cost you more in the long run. But it's pretty cool, especially like if you're low on money and you really want to get into a tournament or something. You could just try to get in that way, I guess. I heard of some people getting into the Sunday Million tournament with that method, with 1 cent, and I'm just like, wow, they must have got really lucky, or they must have spun a whole bunch of times. Here, I think I'm just gonna fold. He's so short stacked, he's not gonna fold to a re-raise anyway. And King 3 is not a really good hand to get all in with there with the short stack. We're in pretty good position anyways, and we don't want to bubble this tournament because um, there's a short stack here. I'm just limping here. I could have raised 9-8, and he just shoves on me. I'm just going to fold. We both have about 20 big blinds, 18, 21 big blinds. I'm not willing to... I didn't want to just fold my small blind to him, but I also really didn't feel like starting any sort of pot with him either, out of position right there. So I just called, which is probably kind of weak. I probably should have raised if I was going to play the hand, but it's marginal right there anyways. He could check behind and we could hit some sort of draw, I guess, or whatever. But he was aggressive, and he overshoved like 20 big blinds, which leads me to believe he actually had a really strong hand and misplayed it. He should have... there's not really any reason to shove there on his behalf, I don't think, unless he's just really trying to avoid bubbling like us. Down here, this pot threes, we're just going to give up. Three-handed. This person, I didn't see what happened on that table, but they had jacks. Here we're gonna just make a kind of a little raise with eights. We're not gonna get too crazy here. If this guy shoves, it will be interesting because I would expect him to have a pretty strong hand if he shoved over that under the gun race. So I'm in 5 tournaments, so I think that's all the tournaments that are going to be loading up until that satellite pops up that I, again, won my way into. It was only a $1 tournament, but I got in like 3 spins or something like that. So it cost me 3 cents to enter that $1 tournament, which is a satellite to the Sunday Million. Here, this guy raises. He should be shoving here because he's less than 10 big blinds. This could be a steal, but we don't have a hand to play back at him, and really we don't have too much fold equity behind. Once he raises, he's pretty much pot committed, so no point to re-raise there. So he 3x's again. 10 big blinds. Again, this guy should be shoving if he's got a hand that he's willing to raise with, unless he's trying to slow play some sort of really good hand. Here, with 18 big blinds and ace-9, we could almost shove. But I don't think into 2 people it's worth it. Worth the chance of bubbling. Plus, ace-9 plays really bad against any sort of hand that's going to call us. So I probably would have just went in for a raise there and then folded to any sort of pressure. Ace-5 under the gun +1 is going to be a fold all day, every day in a $3 Turbo 9 Max. We're really looking for hands that are really strong from early position to get value from, or something like a small pair. So this guy just min raises us here. I don't think it's worth shoving with 4s with 14 big blinds. I'm just going to call and see how he plays the hand, because he could be trying to steal. Problem is that we're not going to be able to call too many bets. When he makes a small bet like that, I'm thinking he probably missed the flop. We could put in a raise here, but I think I'm just going to call and try to float the turn, see what he does on the turn. If he bets strong again, I'm probably going to fold. So he didn't bet very strong there. And like, again, this is not a great spot because we're kind of just leaking chips away. I don't expect him to shove here. Okay, so he must have had a really strong hand to begin with. He made 2 min bets, so he couldn't really fold a pocket pair. Now that he shoves the turn, I'm almost certain that he probably doesn't just have ace high. Which, if he's doing that with ace high, that's a really good play by him. Now we're at about 10 big blinds here, so we're pretty much in push fold mode. Here we could stab, but I mean, I don't see anything that he's gonna call with that we really beat. This guy 3x's, I'm folding. He just checked the river. I'm just gonna check. I think I have the best hand with ace high. No reason to do anything else. So this guy shoves all in from the small blind. We have jack 10. This is gonna be a fold. He's shoving 16 big blinds. So he probably has a pretty good ace or something. or some sort of ace. Shoving, and I only had 12 big blinds, so effectively he can shove any range that you can shove 12 big blinds with in that spot, which is wider than you would expect, actually. There's a lot of hands, especially once you get around 10 big blinds. When your head's up like that, there's a lot of hands that you can shove against a single opponent that are going to be profitable in the long run. Mainly that's because you don't expect your opponent to call an all-in very often. So there's a 3x raise here by this guy, and then a shove. Like, again, this guy's pot committed, so he should never be folding here. There's a min raise here. We might have a little bit of fold equity against this guy, but with these two behind, I'm not comfortable with shoving over top of shoving over top of that. Here I think I might just check this, just because even though we have a draw, the board's paired, and I don't know, I just don't like that spot. Usually just quickly give up. So this guy shoves. We're gonna fold. So play's picking up a lot because we're getting short on this table. Here I'm just gonna fold. And really right here what I'm looking for are spots to just pick up the blinds or really good hands and hoping someone else makes a mistake. And again, this is a $1.50 tournament, so these players are gonna make mistakes pretty often. I'm just getting back into poker, so I'm kind of rusty. If I'm making mistakes and you see it, it's because I haven't played in a while, and I'm trying to get back into the swing of it. So, and if things get fast-paced like this, you might see me make some pretty mistakes, which might be obvious to you. But again, what I'm trying to do is kind of err on the side of caution. So a lot of times, if I'm not sure right away what I should do, I just fold. We're getting shorter and shorter here. This guy min raises, which is effectively like a shove, because we're so short. Here with ace 3, 12 big blinds, ace 3 suited against two players. Again, I'm just going to err on the side of caution. Like, that could have totally been a push right there against two players. Here we're all in because we have 7 big blinds and we have king 5, so we're just going to go ahead and shove. And we got a fold, which is good. Fold 7-2. So this guy's over shoving 16 big blinds with the big stack. He probably, I don't know what he had there. We're just going to shove with the queens. We don't want to make this look like anything. We don't want to make this look like it's anything else than. Alright, good. We got called by ace 8, which is what we're hoping for. We got a hold here. And looks like we're good. So yeah, I didn't want to just limp or min raise or do anything funny and give them a chance to see the flop or really pick up on my hand there. I just wanted to shove and make it look like I was shoving a weak ace and get called by a weaker ace, which we did, which is good. There's a limp here. We've got 8 big blinds. This guy plays a lot of pots. Would expect him to fold, but I'm really not comfortable with that many people behind. This guy raises and he gets called by him, so I'm just going to get out of the way and hope that this guy can bust this guy. And as long as no king or no 8 comes, and he's pretty much dead to the hearts, we're going to money this tournament, which is good. So ITM on this table. 15 big blinds with king 7. I'm just going to fold. I could throw in a small raise there to try to steal the blinds, but I don't want my image to get too loose right here because I expect myself to be stealing the blinds soon, and I don't want to get called too lightly. Because I'm probably, now that we're in the money, I'm going to push a lot more hands with a much wider range than I would have there on the bubble with the short stack. 3-2 suited, we're just going to fold to the 3x. This guy shoves over a early position raise. Queen 8's not a strong hand, so we're going to get out of the way. We just folded here on the button, which is good. 10-5 early position is a fold, and the 3-9's obviously a fold. So if it gets folded around to us here, we're gonna shove, or maybe if this guy if he limps, we'll probably shove over it. Alright, so it's folded to us. We're going to shove the ace-9. Ace-ace. I'm just going to call here. Hopefully this guy gets aggressive and pushes over top. I'm just going to check this ace. Ace-ace-ace. And hopefully he bets. Alright, he did bet, so I'm just going to call. We have a full house, so just check. He obviously doesn't have anything. I didn't see what happened down there, but we're going to throw in some sort of value bet here. Maybe try to get paid off, like 600 chips or something. That's probably too big of a bet. I didn't see what happened, but we must have ace. We had ace-9, so we must have got called by another hand. The only thing I don't like about this software is that it's very hard to see what happened the last hand. I still haven't figured out exactly. I think Poker Tracker is a better way to view the hand. As you can see, I just popped up the hand here because I wanted to see what we got called with, which it doesn't really matter what we got called with, because it was an unexploitable shove no matter what, because we had less than 10 big blinds and we had ace-9 versus 2 players. It was an easy shove. But anyways, you see you can pop up the Poker Tracker window here. Fold to that all in. 6-8's not strong enough to shove. I know it's kind of hard to like. Okay, so he called us with ace-jacks, which is good. Or ace-jack, which is a good call by him, because you would expect me to be shoving much lighter than ace-jack. Ace-jack suited actually, which is good. So we're done with this tournament. Unfortunately, that was the $5 tournament, so that kind of sucks for us. That was the one that cost me the most money, and I don't exactly have a bankroll right now, so bummer, but not be results oriented. It was still a good shove. Queen 5, we're just gonna fold. This guy raises 3x again. He's been raising pretty often. He's got 27% pre-flop raise. With King Jack though, I just don't see the point in shoving over top of that. He might have folded, but we want to look for a better spot than that. I'm sure we're going to have a better spot. Here I just elected to call on the button instead of raise. I could have raised here over this limper. Now that we got this guy in the blinds making a big raise, I'm just going to get out of the way with that hand. I'm shoving 7-7 here on the button. I'm folding 4-8. I'm folding 3-6. Ace-5 with 8 big blinds on the button is a push against 2 players. ITM already. So we push 7s and we ran to queens. So that's not, that's a cooler. It sucks for us. And up here another cooler called by ace-jack. So kind of unlucky so far in these tournaments. Push the ace-9 with less than 10 big blinds versus 2 players called by ace-jack. Push the 7s called by queens. Push the ace-5 called by ace-jack. And those are all under 10 big blind unexploitable shoves. So it sucks for us that our opponents picked up hands there and decided to call us. But there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to keep playing poker. It's kind of good because I didn't really want a huge long session anyways. I'm probably not going to even load up any more tournaments. Just going to keep this session as short as possible. This tournament could go long. Again, there's 164 players in it, and it's only been running for 39 minutes. So this tournament could last hours if I pick up a stack. Right now I've got 7K or something like that. I think I'm like in the top 20 or something like that, but oh shit, that sucks. I timed out. And deuces. Good, we didn't flop set. But we're still in this tournament that we started up over here. And we are already at 500 or 5,100 blinds. We've somehow managed to stay above the blinds a little bit. I don't remember what hands we got on this table that kept us that way, but or maybe the blinds just went up. I don't know. But maybe we can win this tournament and get our buy-ins back. Or better yet, win this tournament and then actually have a bankroll. Probably what's going to happen is I'm going to mostly play those $1.50 turbos that you just saw me playing that we just took third in on that other table. I'm probably going to play a bunch of those just to practice and get my form back before I move up in levels and build a little bit of a bankroll. I'm not really keen on depositing a lot of money. I don't want to spend too much money on poker. I'm just kind of doing it as a hobby right now, which is sweet. But I did used to play the $12 sit and goes on full tilt poker, and I was a pretty winning player. I was making a couple $1,000s a month. Pretty good ROI, like 30%, something like that, ROI, playing the 12s, and I used to 8-table them. So you can calculate that. You make about $3 per tournament, and I was 8-tabling, so I was making about $20 an hour, $24 an hour, something like that, depending on how I ran. But then they went and shut down Full Tilt Poker and Poker Stars when that whole Department of Justice thing happened, and they passed the RIAA. What is that? What it's called? Maybe that's not the correct. What is it called? I forget. The law that prevented Americans from depositing money on poker sites. But anyways, I lost a big bankroll on Full Tilt and wasn't able to play anymore, so that kind of sucked. I feel like I was a lot better back then because I was playing every single day for like 6 to 8 hours a day, 8 to 12 tabling, and my Shark Scope graph was on point. Everything was good. So, like I said, I'm just kind of... I love to play poker, so I'm just kind of... I want to get back into it, and maybe if I can play these micro stakes sit and goes and tournaments on America's Card Room, I can get myself the energy to be like a weekend poker player. You know, maybe win some tournaments here and there and kick it up. I really don't know what I'm doing with this video. Actually, I just pressed record as soon as I started playing, kind of as a joke. But really, if anything, it would be good to review this session later, so I don't have to. I can hear my own thought process, and I don't have to go back and do hand history review of various hands individually, which I could also do. The cool thing about Poker Tracker is they have this thing right here where you can click the Poker Tracker icon. Hold on, let me play this pot real quick. Ace-Jack here, I kind of want to keep the pot small. I don't really want to bet. I'm just going to check. There's not too many cards, so we're going to just call here. We're going to float. And if he has a queen, I would expect him to probably bet the river. There's not too many draws on this flop. We kind of got to believe him on the river here. We can't just assume that he's bluffing. The 5 came in as well, so if he has a 5, there's that. So we're just going to fold here. We could have c-bet that flop, but honestly, there's not many things that we're going to get called with that, you know, with second pair right there, that we're going to get any value from. And we don't want to build a big pot if he calls and have to barrel the turn or face a bet on the turn, because at that point we're just wanting to check it down. So I was happy just checking that flop. And there weren't any draws, so we weren't really protecting our hand against anything. I guess there are a couple draws because it's Queen-Jack, but he could have had like 9-10 or something like that. And didn't get there, but we also raised priest, so it's possible he had an ace or a jack, or I mean a queen or a jack, or a queen jack. But yeah, at any rate, this video could serve to go back. What I was saying before is that what you can do on Poker Tracker is you can go to this button here. It's like this little tag, and you say tag hand in progress. Then you can say review. And then when you go to Poker Tracker, you can sort through the hands that you played. I'm not sure exactly where it's at right now, but there's an option here to go to all those hands that you tagged for review and review them, obviously. So, looking at our horrible stats here, I haven't played hardly any tournaments. Ace King here, we're all in pre-flop, facing a raise. We have 13 big blinds, and this guy min raises from early position. We're just going to shove over top of it. We can't really call there and play a pot. We just want to pick up those chips. So, for the review, I don't know. Like, I'm not good at Poker Tracker. I just started using it. So maybe statistics. I'm trying to find, like, okay, so hands. I don't think it would be under statistics, though. We'll have to look it up later. We'll go to, like, we'll go to Google and type in, like, how do you view hands that you have tagged for review in Poker Tracker. So you can tag them. Here we're going to put in a raise with Ace Queen. Still kind of deep stacked here. And we just get flat called from the big blind. So I'm going to bet about half pot here. Here we're going to be all in. And I bet half pot there just to protect against any draws and maybe get value from a queen, or what was it, a 10 or something like that. But really, ace jack 10, really you don't expect him to call too much. Here with 15 big blinds with 10s under the gun, I'm happy just shoving this. I don't really want to raise this and play this out of position versus anybody. With 15 big blinds, I think we can just shove the 10s. If it was a lower pair, like maybe 9s through deuces, I probably would just put in, I'll probably just fold actually. But with 10s, I think it's strong enough to just shove. We could always get called by a worse pair or ace, worse ace or something. There we go. But this guy was short anyway, so he was kind of always going to be all in. He catches the ace, but again, he's short stacked, so we don't lose too many chips. And it kind of sucks more that everyone saw that we shoved 10s, but it's okay. That gives us a little bit more push equity, actually. Fold equity, because now everyone might think that we actually have hands when we shove, when normally we don't late in the tournament, which now that we're a little bit shorter, we're going to be shoving a little bit more. So king 10 here, it's going to fold. Chasing the shove. Vaping it up, sir. And yeah, this tournament, this satellite started. This is actually a satellite. I don't understand how they have this satellite. This is a satellite to the Sunday Million, yet, and it's a turbo, and there's a seat, which is a $200 seat, 250 plus 15, and it only costs $1 to get in this tournament, which is crazy. But it is a rebuy and an add-on, so people can, if they bust, they can rebuy. So it'll be interesting, but I don't know. Maybe they expected more people to register for this. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be a $215 prize pool. Like right now, it's only $16 prize pool, depending on how many rebuys. Which 6 so far. So what? $22 prize pool. Here with Ace 3 on the button, we're just gonna push the weak ace. We have 10 big blinds. Oh wait. No, we have less. This hasn't updated yet, but it's 100, 200, so we actually have like 7 big blinds or something. 8, almost 8 big blinds. Sometimes Poker Tracker doesn't update till the next hand. Ace 3 is not the best hand, but with stack sizes, I think we can probably. We're hoping for a high card here. A high card, not an 8 though, so unlucky. That was a good call by him if he expected me to be pushing that light. I don't know how good the players are on these on this site. It seems like a lot of them though that make it late into these sit and goes know ICM a little bit, which is not good really for us, but whatever. It's just gonna lower our ROI a bit playing against tougher opponents. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep the video running for, since these tournaments could go a really long time, but not exactly what I was hoping for on this first sit and go session. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit better. But again, don't want to be results oriented. I think I played pretty good for the most part on the push fold scenarios. Here we're just gonna fold to this this button race. And one thing I do notice is that all of the tournaments seem to go on break no matter when they started at 55 after the hour. So 12:55 right now, we're going to go on break. And I think this one should probably go on break too. Well, this is 1 hour. So I think probably this one will go on break next. But I think all the tournaments all across the entire site, the longer tournaments, go on break all at 55, no matter how long they've been running. Which is weird because we just started this tournament. Let's see, 49, yeah, so like 4 minutes ago this tournament started and it's already on break. And it's going to be an hour before the next one, so as you can see, they're both on break right now. But I'm probably going to continue to play these two tournaments while I, like, I don't know, watch YouTube or something, which is not good. You should really focus on what you're doing, but I don't really care too much, especially this one was pretty much free for me to enter. It cost me 3 cents, and this one, there's so many people in it that paying close attention to the table, players are going to move around. I just expect the players not to be very good, so it's going to be a lot of standard plays, and it could last quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I hope if you watch this video, that probably means that I either sent it to you or some shit, because I'm not going to, like, I don't plan to be like a poker coach or anything. Again, it's more just for me to review my own play. But if you got something out of it, cool. Talk to me. Hit me up about poker. We can chat about all the hands in the video and all the stuff that you're thinking about as far as poker goes. And we can help each other grow as poker legends. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Sage Lyrics, bidding you adieu.